Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Hi, welcome to today's messages. Let's get some healing tones to set the mood. Yes. Where's my glasses? Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful and magical. So let's tap into the energies of today and see where we're at. Where are we? What do we need to think about and consider? What are we supposed to do? Oh man, I was totally prepared. 1 second. There we go. I got the water. Okay. Where were we? Trying to figure out where we're at today. Okay. This one. Ooh. Funky Medina. I don't know where that came from. But maybe that's the energy is playful. Okay, release. Yes, release. The energy of release reveals the real you and takes away the prejudices you have about yourself. In this way, and through your altered thought patterns, your brain triggers your DNA to develop further. I love this. Let go of things that no longer serve you, and you will notice new doors opening up. Yes. Yes. Confirmation from the sun. And there are some throat chakra moving and rainbows. Okay. So that's beautiful. We love rainbows here because it's when light hits a crystal. When the sun and the rain become one. Oh, it's the balance. Yes, the balance. So last reading I did on the beach, and I ended up burning some artwork that I did 15 years ago. And holy, it was intense. Pulled it out and looked at it. And, you know, I channel when I do artwork, apparently. But I had it in my vehicle for about a year, and it was 2 big pieces, and I only looked at the one piece, and I knew that I had to burn it eventually, and so I had put it in my van in order to, one day burn it. And that day on the beach was the day, and it was just when you're tapped in, tuned in, turned on to spirit, and the signs and synchronicities are just a flowing and a going, and then you have a day where things are just like, what? Yeah, it was one of those. So power and release. And it was funny because the minute I pulled it out and I saw how much work and how much meaning and all this stuff that was involved in this art piece, I recognized this part of me that was like, I can't burn this. I have to hold on to this. I have to keep it. I have to whatever, right? And the more that I thought about burning it, and the more that I witnessed myself be like, no, I knew I had to burn it. So I did. And it was good. Okay, we got Degas. We've got the butterfly of transformation. This is also let's just let it read it for itself. Change is dynamic and dramatic. Who could imagine the stunning butterfly would spring from the little caterpillar? As the delicate butterfly unfurls their new wings, a new day dawns. and they are granted a new and higher awareness than they could have previously ever imagined. Below, their cocoon hangs in the place where before and after meet. Degaz has a beautiful, brilliant, light-filled energy. It represents the awakening and clarity that daylight brings. When this rune appears, there is hope and happiness, bold change, and new beginning. It is a good time to start something new. Degaz refers to a daily cycle in contrast to longer, gentler time periods like Jera's year cycle. Degaz also speaks of balancing opposite forces such as light and dark, mental and emotional, masculine and feminine, and doubt and certainty. Keywords: breakthrough, awakening, enlightenment, balance point, and transformation. So that's where the rainbows came in, right? That's the beautiful, harmonious balancing between fire and water, basically. Okay. So we like this. And this is exactly why we release, right? We release the old. There was so much energy that was put into that piece and then stored and for 15 years, right? And it was just like, I don't want to have that the old version of me, the versions of me along the way, and all of the energy that was put in there. It was kind of like, it felt sacrificial too, right? Like this trust, this, I release this thing in order to make room for something else. This is a thing. This is that process, right? So that's beautiful. I will eventually make it into a video because I filmed the art piece, kind of went through and looked at it all, and then I also had somebody with me who filmed me burn it, and yeah, it was good. I think it's something. I don't know. Maybe you want to see it. Maybe you want to see it. But this is the thing, right? This release and that resistance, that no, I can't. It's that fear, that old version that needs to hold on to all of the things, right? I mean, it's still very much a part of me. I still have a whole lot of things that I hold on to, but I think the more we push and support ourselves to release the things, we start to, I don't know, feel the lightness of that process, and it encourages or inspires or supports further releasing, right? Because we're like, oh, I released something before and I felt really good about it, and so I'm gonna be okay, right? Yes, very, very cool and interesting. Okay, let's do it. Let's fall in love. Let's see what this release and this newness, the new beginnings, possibilities. What was it all? I can't remember anymore. Gorgeousness is what it was. Okay. What? The devils. Okay, the doubts and fears. This is what keeps us from releasing. Oh, that's awesome. Exactly. That was what reared its head. It was actually a beautiful revelation in a way, right? Because it was like, oh, this thing, I need to release it. But what if I need it? What if I put on a memoir show and this piece is an integral part of my process that needs to be displayed or show? I don't even know what this all was, but it was definitely a fear, I cling. It was this feeling of like, that's the only way that I can describe it. Like I couldn't let it go. And that was my indicator, right? So using your shadow, using your fears when they come up, and you have assessed that it's not like a life or death situation, right? Like a true, real need for fear. And using it as an indicator, as a sign that you need to push through. You need to confront this fear, look at it straight in the face, break it down, right? That was the other thing. The art piece was like 2 big sheets like this, right? And, I was going to throw it on the fire, and then I just ripped it in half. And the message that came through as I was ripping it was, it's easier to let things go when we break them down into smaller pieces, right? So this is just a way to deal with something that feels like a big fear. Find ways of breaking it down into smaller pieces to release. Because, yeah, it was so much easier to throw a couple pieces of torn memories and energies from the past. Yeah, also, I don't want, like, it felt very tethery. Like, I literally was driving around with this in my vehicle for like a year. Right? This is what we do. We're like, I'm gonna get rid of it, and then it's like, oh, but. That's resistance, right? We need to trust. We need to flow. We need to release. Okay, so we've got these beautiful, reciprocating, gorgeousness relationships, and looking at things from a different perspective, okay? Being in a position where you can't really make any moves, so it's time to look at where you're at, what you're dealing with. Just like this is looking at your fears in a different way, right? What are they showing me? What are they, a lot of people, they're like, oh, there's a fear, and quick, turn away, right? Avoid it, deny it, or whatever. But that doesn't lead to release, right? So this looking at your fears and your resistances in a different way, okay? And then maybe relationships too, looking at them in a different way. I love the 6 of Cups because it's like inner children playing, playful, like-minded, creative, sharing, bonds, friendships, partnerships, relationships, like minds. Okay, what about that? What about it? Release. Release it. Yes, release all your preconceived ways of things. Yes. Release the fears. Look at them in a different way. And that too, like looking at the things that you hold on to as weights, and your goal is to be enlightened, to light, to lift, to rise, then maybe it'll be easier for you to let the things go because you've recognized them, that they are holding you down, right? Yes. Look at the rainbows on the face and all over the place. Okay. We've got the stuff coming out. Okay, and it's to be grounded. So this is the releasing of the heart wounds, and the releasing of the flip-floppy wishy-washiness of, should I stay or should I go now? Am I worthy? Am I not worthy? Should I go in? Should I go out? Should I do this? Should I do that? Recognize that these are part of your fears, right? Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of all the things that we could possibly fear that stops us from making moves. This is a time to be fearless. This is the time to know, not assume. There's so many people who make decisions based on an assumption, like, oh, they probably won't, so I won't bother. Right? Well, now you're never going to know. You're never gonna know. That's not a good way to start your flow. Okay. There's your emotional regularity. And this is exactly it. This is this momentum that you're building in your emotional, your nervous system, right? You're holding on to hurts from the past, wounds from the past. That person did this, and that person said that, and that person made me feel this way and that way, right? Well, this is something from the past that you are sticking in your vehicle and driving around with for years, okay? It's time to rip it up and burn it. Yes. Yes. Okay. What else we got here? Your divine spirit team cheering you on every time you overcome your fears, right? Every time you choose the heart, every time you make a step towards enlightenment, right? Every time you choose your heart, you choose love. Your spirit team is like, yay! Yes. Because I feel like you get closer to them. Okay, we've got a mind full of stuff. Okay. So, thoughts. This is something you can do on all the levels, right? This is giving me the release, the control, the release, the need to overthink things to death. Release the need to have it all figured out. Working co-creatively with the universe, following those signs and synchronicities in real time that lead you, that guide you, that reveal to you manifestations and things working out in your favor. This is something that you witness, not something that you plot previously. This is something that unfolds. This is the co-creative thing. It's like, set the intention that today I am going to be shown all the ways that the universe is working in my favor. One second. Where's my lip balm? Oh, I know. Sorry, my lips just got super dry. I don't know what this with this moon and everything, but it feels very I've had head pressure for the last couple days. I guess as we're shifting into a new frequency, recalibrating. Who knows? Maybe it was part of the release. Okay. Where was I? All the things in your brain. Okay, so yes, the need to control things. And the same goes in the physical as in the mental, right? When you release something that's taking up space, you create space for other things, new things to come in. So getting rid of all the energy and brain capacity trying to control and figure and all this stuff out, overthink the things to death, by releasing those, you are leaving space open to receive ideas and inspirations and all of the insights and things. Yes. Yes. Okay. We've got the Queen of Pentacles who's in touch with her intuition. This is my self-care, sacred sanctuary card. Okay. This is attention to details that involve you. So your emotional regularity, your purging of the clutter, the things that are taking up space, the old things, right? The clearing of the mind and being in a self safety, self safety. Okay. Being in self safety. An environment that you curate that supports your well being. Yes. Okay, and you're tending to your spiritual garden, which is another good place for you to do that when you're in this safe, sacred space, right? Where your brain isn't thinking things to death. You are also, it's the stillness that connects you to your higher realms, to your spirit team, to the divine. And so by releasing the things, you are inadvertently or advertently tending your spiritual garden. This Seven of Swords transformation. Okay. This one, things trying to block your transformation, things trying to get in the way of your metamorphosis, things that are self-imposed as well as external, right? And part of this clearing your space is giving you the opportunity to be aware of everything that's in there, right? If you've got this storage room that's just piled full of crap, right? There's lots of areas that you can't see. You don't know what's in there. Things can fester, things can turn, like, not be serving you or working in your favor. And I'm getting like you're going, and then things are kind of thrown in front of you. So this is that adversary, right, of the devil here. Adversaries trying to block your path, your progression, your transformation. And they're sneaky, right? And so the clearer that you are, the more able you are to see these things, right? If you've got a regulated nervous system, the minute there's a disturbance that enters your field, you're like, aha, I see you, goodbye, release you, right? But if you've got chaos going on, it makes it very difficult to spot and feel any disturbances that are foreign that enter your thing. Enter your thing, okay? Yes, this is your blind faith, trusting in the unseen, okay? The moon, the unseen realms, divine timing, things hidden, things in the dark. Don't be fearful of the things that you can't see. Don't be fearful of the unknown. Now, more than ever, is the time to trust unwaveringly that things are working in your favor, that you are powerful, strong, sovereign, whatever empowering details that are necessary for you to trust, to have faith. Okay. So we'll go through one more time in this deck and see if anybody else wants to come out and add something to this reading. I see some blue sky and I see a heart leaf. Cottonwoods are awesome. Their leaves are like hearts and they've got stars in their branches. Oh my God, what is all this? Beautiful. Okay. So I feel like this is your motivation and inspiration, your process of releasing right now, releasing the fears, releasing the limiting beliefs, releasing old hurts, releasing old defense mechanisms that no longer work, releasing your flip-floppy wishy-washiness on whether you're worthy or not. You're freaking worthy, okay? Trust it, believe it, own it. Because we've got the wheel turning in your favor, okay? This is that letting go of the weights that are holding the wheel against you. By releasing, you are enlightening, okay? That you're allowing it to recenter at its natural point. She's a hunter, okay? So the wheel wants to turn in your favor. And it wants you to be the most happiest that you can ever be in your life. Okay, this is your emotional regularity. This is what happens when you build and hold the momentum of peace in your soul, in your heart, in your process, in your emotions, right? And then you get access to this love, joy, peace, harmony, compassion, prosperity, all of the gorgeous things. This is what you deserve. Okay? It's what you deserve. We've got the strength. Okay? You are strong. This is your time to build the strength, because when this wheel turns fully, when you arrive at this place of gorgeous prosperity and joy and everything that this 10 of cups is, this is like your happily ever after, or your smooth sailings on crystal clear water, or whatever, right? So it's the strength is also asking you to reserve your energy, to conserve, to rebuild, right? When you're releasing, there's this lightness. And think about like putting weights around your ankles, right? And you're walking, and the minute that you take those weights off, suddenly your feet are like, whoa, I'm flying now, right? It's like that when you release stuff. You allow for this light freedom. Yes. And we've got this oath, sacred oath, these beautiful bonds that you create with the people in your life or who are coming to you. This is also your connection, your ability to see through your third eye and accessing your wisdom, right? Your knowledge, your inner knowing. This is also research. This is also be the student as well as the master. This is all the things. Okay, and there's a difference between thinking and knowing, right? That's the difference between your eyes and your eye, your third eye. Okay, we've got the King of Cups. So this is acting on your heart. Okay, this is being solid, firm, being a king in your heart space and taking action on the things that you love. Okay, this is going after, your fear is like, well, you want to take action on your heart. I love this person and I want to tell them. And then your fear is like, oh, they're probably not interested, or they probably forgot me, or they probably just aren't that into me, or whatever your fear is, right? And so you're like, so I just won't act on it, right? This is telling you to act on it. Act on your heart. You will be stronger regardless, because you are acting and moving from your heart space. You are proving to yourself, you're overcoming your fears. This is a power move, okay? And the more power moves that you make, the more empowered, the more power you take, okay? For yourself, you claim, you reclaim. I feel like we're all already super powerful. We just forgot. We just have all these weights and things, blocks and veils and shields and lenses and all this stuff that we have to like bust through, cut through, burn, release. Okay. And then we've got the ships coming in. Yeah. Yeah. This is how you let them. Okay. You, too many analogies hit my brain. Okay, it was wind bringing the sails in, and then it was like a signal flare with the light, and then the balloon rising to signal it's time to bring the ships in. I'm over here, all the things. Okay, but this is part of your process. When you move from the heart, when you take action from the heart, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready and open for all of the things, that nothing is going to break it, take it, or flake it away. Okay? Yes. Whew. There's all those messages. Okay. Let's get the fae, folk. Let's get the fairies and see what they have to say about releasing all the things. Beautiful. I don't even know what it's gonna say, but I love the look of the card anyway. Okay, we've got fairy godmother. Yeah. Fairy godmother 25. Gifts, talents, grace, and helpful lessons. Okay. Grace is the good fortune we get from the universe, even when we don't deserve it. In fact, deserving or not deserving is not the issue. We are, and therefore, we are loved. It's that simple. Okay. Seri. Ooh. Who's Seri? Is that the name of the fairy godmother? This is how Seri, the fairy godmother, works. Okay. Sari offers last-minute rescues. When she turns up in our reading, good things may well be happening that we don't think we deserve. Oh, there's a flippy floppiness. Or that we do deserve but haven't thought to ask for. This is that. Don't try to think it, because you may be thinking through a lens of like, I only deserve this little thing. And the universe is like, honey, I'm going to give you this all thing. Okay. Okay. Almost imperceptibly, She teaches us about giving and receiving unconditionally, helping us to open our hearts to love and acceptance. She sometimes showers us with abundance. Keep an eye out for unexpected good fortune, especially when you thought you saw bad luck heading your way. Remember to say thank you by passing a kindness on to someone else. Practice a little fairy godmothering yourself and see how enjoyable it is. Part of the fun of it is to do it so that the recipient doesn't know where the gift came from. So sneaky, sneaky. Yes, do it to enlighten someone else and not for your own thing, right? It's like the opposite of giving a homeless person food or money while you record it. What kind of bird was that? It was a big one. Yes, because that's self-serving, right? You're helping somebody to help yourself. Like, look at how awesome I am. I helped this person, right? When you are doing it selflessly, then it doesn't matter if anybody knows except the person that you're helping, right? Okay. What else? Some love messages. Yes. You are worthy. Okay. Yeah, you are. No more flippy floppy. Just settle. You're worthy. Period. Full stop. All things are possible. Okay. Especially you've got your fairy godmother here. Like, things are about to get magical. Clean your space. Okay. Release the things. Don't hold on to forever. Protect your energy. I think by releasing and cleansing and clearing, you are doing that, but also, you know, who and what you engage with, where your energy is flowing and going. Be mindful, be aware. You want it to pour back into you. And quiet the mind. Okay, beautiful confirmations. Yes. This allows the things to come in, the inspirations, the ideas, the gifts from the universe. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna pull some of these from the mini D deck. Oh, okay. Magician and intuition also veered its head. We've got harmony. Yes. And there's the rainbow. Okay, so balancing, harmonizing. Okay, connect with the forest, with others, with the trees. That's a beautiful way to protect your energy, to ground, to release, right? Luck be a lady tonight. There's another rainbow. Okay. Luck is turning in your favor. This is the wheel turning. This is your fairy godmother. I mean, could you be more magical? Probably. And there's the chrysalis. Okay. This is the releasing of the old, right? The butterfly, after it transforms, doesn't carry around its cocoon. It leaves it there. It's like, bye, and goes, right? So recognize your transformation and let yourself fly. Okay, I'm going to take some charms here. Oh, what do we got here? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we've got so many things. We've got community. This is a coral. And it makes me think of community. So time to step out, to interact. This is also your effect on your community. Okay, this is your fairy godmothering, getting out there, helping when you can, donating a bunch of crap that you have an excess of to people who could use it and need it. is a beautiful way. Okay, we got the bee here. Be here, be present, be beautiful. Okay, yes. Also, diligence, hard work, and also community, right? Bees work together to make the honey. And there's a patience involved in the process, and it's diligent, but also enjoy yourself along the way. Okay, we've got the wise owl. I feel like this is your protector. This is your connection to your wisdom. This is what you are opening space up for when you clear your mind, quiet your mind. This is also could be your goddess, your fairy godmother, right? Watching over you with her owl. Okay, we've got the water buffalo. Okay, balanced, masculine, feminine, immovable, stubborn, refuses to be domesticated. Okay, so keep your wild, beautiful self thriving. We've got the rhino. Okay, he's horny or she. And what else with rhinos? They stomp out fires to protect the savannah. But great, massive, powerful land animals, okay? So whatever that means. Okay, and then we've got the cheetah. We got fast, fierce, moving energy. And I feel like this goes along with your lion reserving of your strength, because when it's go time, it's going to be going fast. We've got the things that you say. This is my scribed reindeer. Okay, this is the spells, the wishes that you make and release into the universe, right? To be delivered at a later date. We've got the feather. So this is a little sign from your angels. They are with you. And yeah, look at this reading. They're everywhere. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful angels. Okay, we've got the yin yang. We've got the balance of the sun and the rain, right? Making rainbows. We've got the light and the dark. We've got the masculine and the feminine. We've got all of the things that was mentioned in Degas. Speaks of balancing opposite forces such as light and dark, mental and emotional, masculine and feminine, doubt and certainty. Yes. This beautiful balancing is going to go. Yeah, and I really feel like there's something with partnerships and relationships as well. I had a situation yesterday and I ended up driving into town and driving back, and all for naught, but maybe not, because on the way down, I saw these two eagles. And I'm like, oh, those two eagles are flying together, right? And then all of a sudden they turned and they locked talons and they did this like spiral fall thing. And I was like, wow. And so I think that whole point of me going down there was to see that. And I think eagles, they fight and do it in the same way. But I don't know. I couldn't tell, were they fighting or doing it? I feel like if they were doing it, they would go a little higher so that they're not hitting things and falling into somebody's yard or whatever. And then this morning, while I was having my coffee, my bird feeder, I had a northern flicker fly in. And I don't know if you've looked at those birds, but look them up if you've never seen them. They're amazing. And inside their wings is like this bright orange, which is the sacral chakra, which is your creativity and your passion and all that kind of stuff, right? And then another one. I had two of these big, beautiful birds sitting in my, checking out my bird feeder. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then we've got quality. Okay, this is your everything. Your everything is in, you're seeking quality over quantity. You're seeking the good stuff, and like not the instant gratification stuff, the long lasting, the gorgeous stuff, okay? The quality stuff. Look at him. He's so cute. Okay. And there's also this wave. I feel like this is asking you to release the need to control and go with the flow. Trust what you know and where you gotta go, okay? I don't know. There you go. And finally, we've got the shell, okay? And this is making me think of, is it Aphrodite? What was that picture? And she's coming out of a shell and she's got all this hair and it's, you know, draped and covering, but she's naked, and something about this beautiful, shining inauthenticity, okay? And also like sun rays, right? I'm also thinking of those paintings with the divinely inspired individuals. They have this halo, right? And it's kind of like, this is like the rays of the sun, but it's from the water. So there's your balance again, this the fire and the water. Yes, okay. Okay, that's the reading for today. Yes, I hope there was some good stuff in there for you today that you can take away and be inspired, be encouraged, be supported to release the things that no longer serve you, okay? Trust that everything that you let go will come back to you bigger and better than you can imagine. Okay, you got your fairy godmother here wanting to give you the things. You've got the 10 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune and strength and leading and acting from your heart. Okay, do all the things. Be your amazing self. Enlighten you. Release the weights and fly. Okay, love and appreciate you. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.